Ta-da!
Hooray! When we get all that lined up, I'm going to tweet that we're starting this sesh. And
I'm so lost to half these people.
don't worry, I've
Got it.
confirmed on what all these people are, so I'll help us out once we get started
Perfect.
here. Yeah, no, I asked the person who made it because I pretty much guessed everyone on the nose except for one person.
Oh,
And
and they're
he
doing
would
the
kill me.
behemoth too.
Yeah, they did
awesome.
behemoth too. But let me tweet it out, baby. I tweet it out.
I want the world to know that I tweet it out.
Okay. Tweeting out that we are Rifty sessioning it right now. Whoa!
Whee!
Spring break. People are like, I think Inferno's brain has broken today.
Huh?
The Ida de Poo Poo.
Rifty sessioning it. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome. So as you can see, Burn has wonderfully put up what Rachnia, I believe it is. Rachnia has posted everyone in Lego, all the risk casts. So from left to right, we'll do the front row first. Of course, we have Hannibal and Jackie and Mrs. Mams and James T. They're in the front row.
Yeah.
Middle row, you have Blink, Tom, Al. So we're going left to right, obviously.
Yeah.
Mila, Patrick, Alicia, Bear, August, Tyrath, and Lee. And in the very back row, you have the popcorn machine and Tiny Wrath and Pamel. And in the back there, I believe that is the space shuttle. Yes, that's the space shuttle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I also have a guitar case in front of Tom.
You do. You have guitar, fire, and art supplies. Al has his knives, it looks like. Mila has her hammer. Patrick has a camera.
Yeah.
Bear has his little short swords.
August
Has
his
a
computers.
computer.
Yeah.
Tyrath has purple fire coming out of his arms, arm legs. And Lee has a Squirtle?
I think it's the pigeon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is the pigeon. It's a bird.
The
It's a
Squirtle?
bird. It looks
I
like a
do want to point
Squirtle.
out
Look
that
at
it's
all
funny
these
that,
chickens.
that the two of the things in the last row, except for Pamel, we're not actually sure exist yet.
Well, actually, the
Popcorn
way in the back,
machines
the
exist.
I have
Yeah,
yet
they
to
do.
find one in this world.
What are you fucking talking about? You found one
I
in the
told you
ruin,
in Tolkien.
and then
Excuse me.
Tolkien too. I'm talking about
Excuse me.
the movie.
Is it in my room?
Oh my God, Squee.
It doesn't
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, it's the
we
dragon
also
skull.
got
It's the dragon skull. It's not the shuttle. It's the dragon skull. I'm sorry,
Oh, that's
Rachnia.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the backpack to the golden place, and this is Mila's headphones.
And I just saw the empty
Yeah.
bottle next to Lee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Sad
bad.
face.
Let's go
Also,
to
I was just informed by our chat that for an awesome game called Stellaris, there is a Tiny Wrath race that is going to be
Oh
showing.
my God, that's cool.
And
Let's
then
go
are you
to
gonna
the
show
next
right
picture.
up above? Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Picture above.
Yeah.
It's the legs of the behemoth. And
oh,
Patrick
yes,
working
yes,
on
yes. Okay.
And
yes,
Patrick,
yes.
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Drawn to scale. I think.
No, it's actually not this
No.
big. Behemoth is big. Not that big, but that's okay. I mean, with a name like a behemoth.
Right.
What?
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 What? What?
What?
Wow.
Okay. Anyway.
I like chocolate.
Sana,
Look
can you
at
give us
all
another
these
link in the chat?
Chickens.
Lay it on me. Because I don't know. I don't know if I can be digging through. Maybe if it's one of my Stellaris videos, it'd be easy to find. Anyway, regardless, let's get going, guys. When we last left off, You guys, Ziggy Soul stole some shit from you to
Mhm.
make some crazy device in which temporarily portals people to unknown dimensions. And he almost killed his sister, greatly disappointed his father, and after a swift kick in the nuts and a severe talking to, the party has left him to wallow on his own. You reported back to the father, let him know. The father said he'd go speak to his no good son. And you decided that, and the father said, I'll finish up your Patrick's commissioned vehicle on his own. So I have a couple scenes in mind, but I figure maybe we can really indulge in this kind of free place while you guys still are in Tolkien. Because I know there's a few minor things you want to do. There's a few NPC PC interactions, possibly. Byrne, you mentioned one.
Yes.
But we also were talking last week, Al, about you trying again, having a time to try to find some of those black light. Instead of an entire sword, have them be smaller knives, and trying to find a techno wizard who's capable of doing something like that. Is that something that you're still interested in?
Absolutely, and I'd also like to go ahead, unless there's any objections, to pull the trigger on the armor of Ithin for the terrain hopper. The techno wizard
Sure,
stuff.
sure. Yeah, the installation of armor of Ithin.
Yeah, the
enchantment, for lack of a better word.
Right. I'm gonna go with the 100 MDC for 650,000 credits. Steep, but you never know. That extra 20 MDC might save a life.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my own.
Against the stuff we're supposedly going up against? Oh boy.
Sure,
That's
you never know.
A-okay, yeah.
But yes, I would love to try and find another blacklight dagger thing. Tom, would you want to come with me? Because I know you were interested in such things.
Nah, it's fine. I got other things. I mean, unless you want me to.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So I don't actually wait.
All right.
Before I do this, because Al failed last time, he would want to take someone with him who is more street savvy or good at finding such things.
There we go.
He
I was
failed
wondering.
horribly.
When that would happen.
So, because I understand personality wise, but not skill wise. Which players and which NPCs would be helpful in that? Like, I think Bear would not be helpful because he's good at tracking, but not, people.
He doesn't have
that makes sense. You know what I mean. But like, is Alicia or August or is Patrick, Tom, Mila? I know some of you have Streetwise.
Patrick and Mila do, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either or both. Al would ask if they would accompany him.
Squee, just wanted to say, the closest I have is navigation.
Nope, we're talking about streetwise
Yeah,
navigating an urban environment.
Yeah. Thank you, though.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
And if you could step away from the mic too, that'd be great.
I
know,
want burn
that was-
inside
that
my
was the
brain.
joke.
I don't want it burn inside me at all. My brain somewhere else. No
I
offense.
was just
Bern,
trying to
but-
make a joke.
I know, but get out of my head.
This is,
Go
you know,
ahead.
that's not the first time Inferno had to say that sentence, and this is actually the first time he had to just say it in public.
Yep. I just want the dick.
Wow.
And this is another really good ringtone for you guys. Snip it.
All
All right, who are you taking, buddy?
Who was willing to go with?
Patrick is willing, but will you
Then-
take him?
Patrick will be
Oh,
taken.
dear sweet Jesus.
Nora is willing, but will she be taken?
If it's Nora, yes. Not that he will say any such things.
Wow. You realize you have to say a good thing you don't say that, because 1/3 of her is going to get really sad real soon.
Of course. Al understands Mila well enough to know that A, he wouldn't want to hurt her feelings, and B, while she is very streetwise, she's also very easily distracted.
Yeah. Okay, so let's not spend all night working on this. Let's make it real simple. So now Al would have probably communicated with Mila and Patrick what he's looking for, what kind of person he's looking for, and now with the three of you, you can maybe even just spread out a little bit, ask around, ask the right people, see if you can't find some sort of tinkerer or techno wizard or other individual who at the very least works on these black light blades. So with that, I would like those with Streetwise to give me a check. I would like you to make it harder though by 20%. This is not a common item. This is not the easiest thing to do. Actually, wait. Mila, I want you to minus 20% it.
Mhm.
Patrick, I want you to just do minus 10% because it does involve magic and magic items, and you do have a lore magic skill. So I think that would lessen your penalty. Sound fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did I had to
Yeah,
minus...
you rolled a D100 and you
I
add
meant to-
minus. Oh, so you got a 55. You
Yeah, there
fucked
we
that
go.
up. But that's okay.
You fucked it right up.
You fucked it right up, made it harder. You made it easier, but that's okay. You got 55. What's your streetwise at?
My streetwise is 58.
Oh, great. So you succeeded. Great by 3. Good to know. Good to know. Patrick, your turn.
I failed by 10.
Okay. All right. So, Patrick, you get a line on someone who might be able to do this. It initially looks really, really promising. You actually open up one of the local newspapers to kind of see someone who is advertising their business, their techno wizardry devices. And one of them involves dealing with experimental blades, dealing with light technology. Well, that's great. But you follow up on it, and unfortunately, you're able to identify pretty quickly that it is actually a scam. It's a shell game. It's a business that actually wants to sell you local property in Tolkien, real estate, and they take out a bunch of ads across a whole gamut of services just to attract people to this location so they can sell them something else. But Patrick's wise enough to know this scheme ahead of time. And thankfully, neither him nor Al nor Mila have to sit through a presentation and waste your time. Mila, however, you do have a little bit more luck. Sorry, Nora has a bit more luck. She takes the more good old-fashioned asking the right people the right questions approach. And sure enough, you guys are able to come across a small independent workshop of an individual, and her name is, give me a moment.
Hi, give me a moment.
No!
Majestic.
No, Give Me a Moment is the name of her independent shop.
Criana, you are way too young to be telling dad jokes.
Listen. That's actually like the best compliment you could ever give me.
The worst compliment would be, when's the baby due? That would be terrible to say.
What?
It's due in January. Wait, what?
Are we talking about the food baby?
Yes.
Yeah, Criana's been baking a cake for 6 months now.
Yeah. I'm trying the 9-month approach. It's gonna be the best
Anyway.
goddamn chocolate cake.
Back on point.
Okay.
Back on point. This independent shop called Give Me a Moment is run by a petite DB woman named Amalia Harrell. But everyone calls her Amma for short. And she says that for short part in a very obvious pun, because she's about 2 feet tall. She has a large, wide head, similar to the shape of a football, although her skin is this burnished yellow, and she has these big eyes and these custom glasses that sit upon it. She has a short, squat nose and a big mouth that kind of covers the entire lower half of her jaw. But she's very friendly, and as Al inquires about being able to make a shorter version of the black light blade, she says quite proudly that miniaturizing things is her specialty, because she went into business to deal with individuals of a smaller height, a smaller size. The conventional firearms that most techno wizards use are for people in between 4 and 7 feet tall. So she recently got her hands on some schematics. It cost a pretty penny, but these light blades are actually quite popular, relatively popular. They're an up-and-coming product. And so she actually has 3 of them in stock right now. Although a couple of them are on reserve, you can outbid them and have access to all of them if you want. In order to outbid them and for her to have what they're reserved for her to make some new ones for those people and have you walk away from her shop right now, you'd have to pay 700,000 credits per blade. Now you can get one for the regular price of 600,000, but if you want a second or a third one, you're going to have to pay an extra 100,000 credits.
Okay, makes sense. Couple of questions.
Sure.
Is it I have to look up the list again, but is it the same PPE cost to activate the dagger, and is it the same, basically the same stats, just miniaturized?
No. It is slightly less. It is instead of doing 1d4 times 10, it does 66 mega damage. So about 4 points of maximum mega damage less.
Mm-hmm.
And to activate it, it actually does cost the same spell cast to cast the spell Light Blade, which is 20 PPE, but actually costs 30 ISP to activate.
I see.
So yeah. So almost the same, but I mean, yeah, there you go.
Okay. And these daggers, when they are not activated, are they MDC weapons or material, or are they just
They are made of
regular?
MDC. No, they are made of MDC materials. Yeah, they'll be able
Okay.
to. They're not a lot. The
Right.
hilts are only about 5 MDC each, but they are, and of course they wouldn't use the term MDC in the world. In world, she would say it was a high grade synthetic metal. You know.
So yeah, and basically Al's question would be more like this. Obviously, they're not vibro blades, so if it's not activated, he doesn't expect it to do any damage at all. But would it be able to be used to parry high damage or like MDC type weapons and stuff?
It might damage it, but sure, it could do it.
I see. Okay.
Because it wasn't. It's not made for parrying.
Right.
But you could do it in a pinch.
When activated, though, it can do everything.
Of
like
course.
That just fine, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Out of game, I'm going to recommend parry it with the Light Blade. That won't do any damage to it.
and
the energy will be fine.
Does it last the same amount of time? The spell? I don't remember how long the
duration is the same. Yes.
Okay. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna back out and ask the group. So here's the thing. My thoughts are I'd be happy with just one, under the idea of
get them both.
Have a. Are you sure?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Treat yourself.
Treat
yourself.
Treat yourself.
There is the point of we have to solve the 10 million thing, but we also have 10 million in reserves in the black market credits. We should be fine. The only big thing that we really need to keep some money for that's not already on reserve is actually repairing the behemoth. that I know of.
It's going to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Okay. Then between that and the power armor of Ithan, still though, I mean, between that, I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with buying big things. So sure, I will get 2.
Okay.
And then thank her very much and kindly for it.
Okay.
I
So
don't
take
have
off
the.
1.3 million credits.
Can we go ahead and take off the 650 for the armor of Ithan, or is that something we have to?
No. We're not gonna have to role play that.
Okay.
Just go ahead and take that off too. And
All right, Bernal, I'll
here's
go ahead and
what's
take care of
happening.
it.
Let's make
Yeah,
that
just-
fast.
Do it all. Do that.
Do it all, baby.
So that is a total of no. That was supposed to be 650,000, not just 650. Big difference there.
Okay, so while Squee is doing that, anything else we shall go over during this little narrative space?
Yes.
Did you have something you wanted to bring up? Okay, go ahead. Bern.
Yes. I will
Okay.
try and approach Blink sometime.
Roll a dodge. Just try to approach her like slowly from behind.
4. I think I fail.
Because I don't know if she'll appreciate that. Okay, go.
I grab
No,
onto
no,
her
no.
tail.
During
I am
any
thrown.
period. Oh my god! Rolled a parry. Anyway, no. During your downtime, especially probably since you're staying in the same residence, which is the old, the safe house of a black market that is pretty much 100% dismantled. You're able to find her. We can set the scene. She is just flipping through some of the few local Tolkien channels, making a few remarks of when she was last on Earth in Elzone Prime. They didn't really get to see much of Earth, the entertainment that's on Earth. The best thing she had is when she was on a long-term scout patrol. She came across a wandering band of musicians, which had a little impromptu festival for a few of them. But she would remark that how there are a lot of differences, but there are a lot of similarities. How people in orbit entertain themselves and how people down here entertain themselves. She also would confess that this whole magic thing is still extremely new, and she doesn't know what to think about it just yet. She sees both really good potential things to it and really disastrous, scary things about it.
Yeah. Well, like with everything, there's good and there's bad. But
Almost like everything. I didn't see a lot of good with that whole black market nonsense that we had to deal with.
yeah, that's true.
She gives a bit of a happy little smile to herself.
Speaking of which, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable when I approached the group disguised as that older gentleman.
Oh, she says, no, didn't bother me. I don't think it bothered anyone. It just wasn't expected. That's all. But, I mean, you were you. And she gives a bit of a smirk and she says, besides, you being in another person's skin, that's something I have to get used to after all, right?
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, the answers were the fur coat and also the silk. I guess you can call them nightgowns, robes. Those were my gifts so far.
She says, okay. All right, well, thank you. Not really used to getting gifts.
Well, I was also thinking of getting you maybe a couple more.
And she gives a bit of a smile and she turns off the TV and she faces you and she says, can I say something first before you tell me all this?
Sure.
Okay. The reason we first got involved wasn't because you were giving me presents. It's because, I liked you. You didn't just look after yourself. You have a good heart underneath there. You're courageous. You stand up for yourself. You stand up for your friends. That's admirable. You keep a cool head under pressure, and we had a lot of shared interests. I understand that things are a little strange with us right now.
Mhm.
But you don't have to get me anything. If I didn't want to be around you guys, and if I didn't want to be around you, I'd be gone already. So just let things work the way out that they need to. Let's just give me some more time to process all this. After all, I'm not from here. I'm a bit of an outsider. And every single day, there's always a new wonder to worry about. So I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I'm not saying don't do it. But you really don't have to. And it won't... She gives a bit of a pause. It won't help. It won't make me like you any faster.
I know. I just want to.
I know you want to. I know. And I'm saying I don't want you. No, I don't want you.
Tom
I don't want you
grows
to, or I
sad.
don't want
Insane.
Scene. Next will be 3 weeks of Tom crying.
Yup.
Oh, romance.
No. She'll just say, all right, well, I just wanted to make it clear. I
I know.
hope that helps.
It does.
Okay.
I might hold off on the fourth one then. The your fourth gift until we come back here then. If we do come back here. But you remember that set of armor that I got back in Ishpeming?
She pauses for a moment and she says, I think so. Yeah.
I want to give that one to you, at the very least, because you're one of the few people who knows how to pilot a set of power armor and actually use it in combat.
She says, yeah. She says that every suit of armor has its own intricacies, but yeah, I pride myself on being able to be a fast learner.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, the only problem that I see with it right now is that it's that dull, silvery, just off the factory floor kind of color. And we have some colors on the behemoth and a paint sprayer, so I was wondering if you would want me to paint it.
She says, a bit of a smile, and she says, I would get it if you would paint your own suit of armor, but shouldn't I paint mine?
Sure, if you want. I can show you how to use the paint gun.
Yeah, okay. She says, you do have a much better eye for this. How about I tell you kind of what I want, and you get it done?
Yeah, that sounds good.
She said, okay. She said, yeah, that could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun. Although she says, I'm going to have to warn you, nothing to... She leans over and she says, I'm not like Mila. I'm not going to have any bright, huge colors.
Oh,
do still have...
Don't worry about that. Most of the colors that we have are like black, dark purple, dark green, dark blue, dark red.
She says, I see. I see dark red, like a maroon.
Kind of more like a crimson.
She pauses for a moment. She says, I always did like maroon. But crimson will do.
Okay.
So she gives a song. She says, all right. Well, and then we can just end the scene there if you want.
Yeah, let's do this.
And say that
Mix
gets
the
done.
black and the red paint.
Well, yeah. I know that.
Just saying. Just out looking out for you, pal.
Okay, so with that, anything else? Because I do have a scene in mind that will happen probably in the middle of next day, the day that we just had last session. You've been able to do all this stuff in the nick of time. Is there anything else you guys would like to do, or do you want me to throw in this little scene?
I'm good.
Oh yeah, what's up, Piffy?
I'm gonna briefly ask, and if not,
Yeah?
like I'm okay with not taking up game time for this.
No.
But did you put any thought towards the
Yes.
Okay.
The camera you want to buy?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
My apologies. I didn't actually write anything down, but let's deal with it right now in session, right? Because
Okay.
we're doing some shopping. So Patrick wants to get a new camera. And first of all, a regular digital grade camera you can get. If you want one, I'll give you a range, right? You can have your very basic model for a very inexpensive 50 credits, all right?
Hmm.
There's a wonderful mid-line level, which is pretty much along the same lines of the camera that you had before, right? Very similar features, very similar resolution, storage capabilities, the whole shebang. That'll cost 200 credits. However, since Tolkien is a major city, and this is a hubbub of both engineering, both magical and mundane, there are a few other cameras. One in particular, I don't want to say it catches your eye, but one in particular is on the market. And this one is actually, use your photography skill, please. Don't make it any harder or easier. Let me know how much you succeed or fail by.
Okay. That. This.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you don't even need to have the salesperson outline you the features. Once you're able to put in your hand and flick through the options, you're able to diagnose. You're able to determine the quality of this camera. It is probably one of the most higher end cameras that you have. It's actually based on an old design from the old golden age of man. It has 3 times the capacity, and it has an adjustable zoom that you can actually take off. You can switch lenses. The basic model comes with 5 different lenses, everything from really beautiful close-up shots to a telescopic sight for far in the distance. So anything that's great for a landmark and up close. In addition, this same shop offers some custom filters for this line of cameras. So the basic model is going to cost you 1,000 credits. Okay. But there are 3 optional lenses that you can get. One that offers you night vision. One that lets you see in the infrared and ultraviolet spectrum. And one that lets you see the invisible, or more specifically, take pictures of the invisible. And out of character, this is both invisibility simple and invisibility advanced. Transposing in game, the only way, like you're able to see invisibility simple stuff like that witchling using their thermo heat signatures and whatnot, right? But an advanced invisibility spell, it masks heat and a bunch of other stuff too that only another spell would be able to detect. Another spell and that lens. So the basic camera is 1,000 credits. The night vision is an additional 2,000 credits for that lens. The infrared ultraviolet one is 3,000 credits. And the see invisible lens is 20,000 credits. So if you wanted everything, that would be 25,000. It'd be 26,000 credits for everything that I listed.
All right. I have 2 questions. One for you, Inferno, and one for the group.
Okay.
I guess I'll go for the group first. Is it okay to purchase?
Take it.
Get it, dude. Seriously, that's not
Treat
right.
yourself.
Treat yourself.
You can get a fatal frame camera.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, and Criana just exploded in joy.
Or for one of the... Yes, I would like to purchase this, as well as the one for 200. Is it the same model of my previous camera?
You know what? I'm going to just rule a simple D100. High or low? 50-50. Do you want 1 to 50 or 51 to 100?
I'm feeling pretty high right now, so let's
Jesus
go
Christ.
for the high for now.
Okay. Yes, it is.
Sweet. I would also like to purchase that, please.
Okay. Done and done.
So if anybody's marking down the money right now, I can do that. But if anybody's already on hand, that would be an additional 200.
Yeah, I'm already tidying up some stuff. So what are we looking at?
26,200 credits.
Got it. I'll mark it off. Yeah, I realized we forgot to
I
write
got
down
it.
the PPE amulets that we bought. So,
Oh my God.
which
very
reminds
important.
me, we should probably get them set in some form of jewelry or something before we head out.
Might be an idea.
Definitely. Want to deal with that right now?
Sure, actually, that and yeah, one more quick rule. This one should be really quick.
Sure,
Inferno.
whatever. I don't mind doing these little things before we dig into other things. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember I purchased 2 knife holsters that I could attach to the terrain hopper.
Yes.
Basically,
He said
they were-
the most certain ever.
it was like if I remember correctly, it was like a harness that attached around it, and there were 2 knife holsters that kind of went on my rib cage.
Okay.
I'd like to buy another set so that I know this sounds a little weird, but so that it's 2 on each side, because I'd like to have the black knives,
Sure.
blades,
You can
and then
find
2
a.
regular.
Let's make it nice and simple. Don't need to role play shit. You can find a leather worker in town that's able to match the design for 75 credits. You got yourself a double bandolier.
Perfect. Can I also maybe throw in a little extra to have them basically make it? No, oh god. Like my thought is to make it kind of like a bandolier or something where when I put the power arm on, I then connect it all like a harness around it.
Sure. It's going to cost more money, though. It's going to cost them an extra 200 credits because you have to pay for their fee to go out so you can show them the power armor, them to do
Okay.
the measurements, and to make it. So
Perfect.
275 total.
Thank you.
Yep.
So now I'll have 2 sets of knives on my rib blades.
All right. Anything else we should... Oh, wait. You want to get some... You want to get the gems inlaid in some form of jewelry. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you guys can't think of something right now, we can say for it over the week and say that you got it done at this point.
That sounds fine to me. Yeah.
Okay, because then you guys can think about what you want, and I would give you prices, because we don't need to spend another, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless you guys really want to. I mean, we did spend time looking at puppies that one time.
No, I think we could do this really simply. How about guys like one's a necklace and 2 are like bracelets or something?
Sure, I don't care.
Do we
I
have,
can't use
fruit
them.
Magic?
Yeah, we have 3.
Treat
I mean,
yourself.
4.
Criana has left already.
Yeah.
She just recorded herself saying "treat yourself," and the cat is idly pushing the button randomly.
Treat yourself.
Piph, what I have written down, and I might have, because I was just putting it in now, I believe we got the 20, the 40, and the 45. I didn't think we got the 65 one. Or the 100 one for $1 million.
Yeah.
3.
You definitely.
Oh
didn't
yeah,
do
we did not get the 100 one.
So we got everyone but the 100? Okay, well then I will add that
You
one.
got the 650 grand one? Because I don't remember that one.
Okay, yeah. If we can re-look that one up, I'm infamous for having terrible memories. So
No, that's
please
fine. Here,
double-check me.
I'll show you, because here, I'll just throw it in the thing. We got the 20, the 40, the 45, but I think because it was a jump from 140 to 650.
Yeah,
that
I
we
remember
stopped
that.
there.
That is exactly what happened. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the smallest one and the biggest one we can just put on like a bracelet, and the middle one just put in a necklace, just to have some diversity.
Okay. We're going to say getting that done. Even the same jewelers can do that. Silver, gold, platinum.
I like. Well, okay, okay. I'm curious. What's a
Copper?
lapis lazuli?
Lapis lazuli. Yeah.
It's a blue it's a blue
I'll
gem.
show you a picture.
Okay, because yeah,
It's-
because my thoughts are the colors of the gem would determine what what looks really nice with it.
Okay.
So
Here,
the
here's
blue
the
would go
Google
good
search.
with silver.
It's like a cool blue with some white and gold in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that would look really good on silver.
Okay.
And then, you know what? I think all of them would probably look good. Does anyone want a gold or?
Let's go with silver. Treat yourself.
Let's just go silver. Yeah. Well, just
Wait,
everything
Lena,
silver
can you
color.
push the button, please?
Treat yourself.
Thank you, Lena. All right. All right. So to get those inlaid, it will cost 15,000 credits for all three. Not
Okay.
each. All three. 15.
I'll do that.
And
It's
then
pure
that's-
silver, by the way.
Nice.
Just in case you need it.
Oh. Yeah.
It is
Nice.
pure silver. That's why it's so damn expensive. And also, these guys have incredible markup because they're the best jewelers in town.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, pure silver. And it's quick quality work.
All for it.
All right. So, anything else as far as shopping goes?
There's
Sean
only
Rock-
one thing that I want to do now.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Tom a haircut.
Space again. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice haircut, 25 credits.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn safe search back on.
Oh my God.
I
why is
just
it off?
searched for the other gem. It was not pretty.
Citrine?
Citrine?
Apparently, there is a business that makes citri dildos.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh.
Good to
Oh.
know. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you know what I'm talking about.
Treat yourself.
Birthstone. You know what? I'm sharing this in Discord.
You really should.
What
I'm like,
is going
what?
on here? Those penises look unwell.
Look, I know, guys. I know we wanted some PPE gems, but
Treat yourself.
I'm sharing it with the chat too.
Oh, why
God,
would you?
no, why?
Those dicks look
Do it.
unwell.
Do these?
You don't
Do
know
they
who's
sell
in
these? Because like if they do, I found your Christmas present, you guys.
No,
They actually do
Fuck.
sell that?
no.
Don't
I
tell
don't
her
wanna...
Oh God, I went to the website. It says, "Give me some sugar, baby."
No,
As
no sugar.
as the computer to make sure
I'll-
I'm not a bot. Oh, no, I clicked it. Oh God, treat yourself.
Okay, can we stop looking at weird dildos now and play the game? A sentence I never thought I'd have to say to you guys.
That's one hell
You're
of a
the one
PPE
who
battery.
posted the dildos.
let me pull out my PPE battery.
Jesus Christ.
Slap you over the head
Talk
with
about
it.
getting fucked by magic.
One, one option is called adoption? Oh, man.
No, okay, let's stop focusing on this, please.
I'm done.
I clicked it and my
I'm
web
done.
browser crashed.
I can't think of anything else that I need to purchase.
Okay, now I have to bring this back down. All right. Okay. So the scene I have in mind is okay if I initiate it?
Sure.
So this will be near the middle of the next day. It'll be up to you guys whether you're going to be at your residence or not. You could be out shopping. You could be here for that. But there would be a knock at the front door.
Nora will get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
Great.
say Al's in the living room poring over the different prophecies.
Okay. All right. Nora, when you open the door, you see an individual. He is he's mostly human, although completely human in features, in the number of eyes. His nose is around, normally human shape. He has a wide smile, but his skin almost has a sickly color of green to it. So he's either doing extremely unwell, or that's his pigmentation, which is a bit of a DB in him at some point.
The
Mhm.
as Nora views this creature,
This creature.
she just stares and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
Are
Oh,
Are
you know what?
No, you go first."
Well, I was about to introduce myself. My name is Jim Dungeon. I'm with the Tolkien Police Department, specifically with missing persons and unknown supernatural events. I was talking to one of Lieutenant Bailey's squad members, a fellow named Mark Anthony, and he mentioned um, you being able to assist with a certain operation that happened, well, very recently. I'm here just, hopefully, I'd be able to get your assistance and maybe answer some questions. May I come in? Is that all right?
Maybe you should try again at a different time.
I'm afraid I can't. I think that time is a sensitive issue here, and I would like to pick your brains as soon as possible.
Excuse me, you would like to what?
I'm sorry. It's a turn of phrase. I'd like to interview you as soon as possible.
I don't think you should. I think you should probably go.
Well, is this a bad time?
I don't like people. I'm sorry.
Well, is there anyone else here then that I can speak with? Maybe
No. You should.
He
Nora starts closing the door.
he narrows his eyes a little bit. And I'd like you to roll me a D100, Miss
All right.
Nora.
Where is my tab? Oh.
He doesn't move forward. He doesn't try to stop the door, but he gives a thin smile. And as the door closes, he says, "Do the names Zigomar or Myron Proloff mean anything to you?
Never heard of him.
Never been to Cycloration?
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Nora opens the door. Ziggy?
Yes, that was his name.
What happened to Ziggy?
Well, I was hoping you'd help me figure that out. I got a call this morning from, well, I didn't personally get the call. The Tolkien Police Department did get a call by two women who help run a local business in here, a set of twins. They said that yesterday you were able to assist hunting down their brother who was wayward and estranged from his father, that he was working on a strange device. They pointed us towards a small rural ranch in which the proprietor mentioned individuals of your description had a altercation with Ziggy before leaving. Soon after his father arrived, there was another incident, and now neither of them can be found, and the only thing that is any sort of evidence is a strange device that was left behind. There are no witnesses to the event, and considering both the young ladies, Tarina and Serena Proloff, and Mr. Latchman, who is the owner of the ranch, identified people of your description. And since you did such valuable service to us, I was hoping maybe you could help me answer some questions at the very least, fill in these gaps.
Well, they weren't at the farm?
No.
But there is a machine at the farm.
Yes, it is currently quarantined since we do not know what it does.
Al. Nora turns around.
Al looks up. What? What?
Al, you dimwit, get over here.
Al sighs and throws the data pad on the coffee table and walks over.
And as you walk over, this man, this investigator, Dim Dungeon, looks over to Nora and he says, "We're on the same side. There's no need to lie to me."
I'm sorry. Like I said, I have problems talking with people. Nora
Al,
Nora looks away, and she looks like she's almost near tears.
Al actually kind of slides in smoothly and says, "She's not lying. I am a bit of a dimwit. How can I help you?"
In order to unless you want me to roleplay this, Al.
No. We can.
Jim will
Yeah.
transmit the same information he said to Nora.
Al will say, "Oh, I see. Well,
Mhm.
I can give you what information I know. We did go see Ziggy. It was yesterday, right?
Yeah. Yes, it
Okay.
was.
We did go see Ziggy yesterday because he was hired to create a device for us and basically took our materials and ran with it. So we
Oh,
tracked him down to see what
it-
happened.
And Jim raises a hand and he says, "What device did you hire him to make?"
A transportation device. I'm not exactly sure of the details, but it's like a flying vehicle of some kind. My friend is the one who actually commissioned him to make it.
Is your friend here?
I don't know. Is
I'll-
my friend here?
I'll go get him if he's here.
Thanks. But it's certainly, well, it's not something I've seen before, but it's nothing that had the capabilities I haven't seen normal techno wizard devices have. But I think I have an idea what might have happened to them.
Okay. Well, I'm all
Ziggy
ears.
apparently was taking supplies to work on a device that would allow you to open a rift to another plane, and the device would somehow tether you to this reality and drag you back to this reality after a set period of time. He'd been testing it, and he seemed to be quite proud that he could make things work and go through there somewhere. But he said that the last time he sent a cow through, it came back stabbed a lot. He
Jim's face
also
goes dark. Says, "I see."
He also said that there was a very important gem to his father that was worth a lot of money that got lost on the other side of whatever rift was opened.
"I see," says Jim as he brings his thumb to his chin, pressing it firmly against the little dimple in his chin. He says, "I think I'm picking up where you're leading me. You think this device was used by both Zigzamund Proloff and his father Myron, and they are no longer on this earth."
That would be my first guess. Zig was very keen on proving himself. His father less so. I'm surprised to hear that, but perhaps he went after his son.
Or he went not of his own free will. Mr. Latchman did say that there was a large argument that he overheard before a flash of light and sudden silence.
I see. Unfortunately, I don't know what else I could offer you other than that information.
Well, it is useful, although I do have some follow-up questions, if I may.
Of course. Here, come in.
Oh, thank you. And
Al would motion to him to a couch.
okay, well, he'll sit down. He has the posture of an individual who maybe went through a military academy, since it is very erect and he's very proper. He sits up very straight, but his face is relaxed, although it is definitely deep in thought. So, Patrick, Tom, are you at the home at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Sure.
before I have things continue on with Jim here, I don't see any reason why you can't enter the scene as well.
I know Mila got me.
Okay.
Or
You want to
Nora,
replay
excuse me.
that?
Yeah, I mean, what would Patrick be doing?
Let's see. He would be fooling around with his new camera and one that looks like a pristine model of what he used to be using next to him as well.
Okay. So as you're looking at the camera, you see Nora kind of running in a bit of a hurry. Patrick! What are you doing?
Oh, This is a new camera. I'm currently looking through the different lenses. It's a little disorienting, but
Can I see?
yes.
Okay.
It has.
She walks over and grabs the camera and looks through it.
You're currently looking through infrared lens.
Everything is really, really red.
This hurts my eyes, Patrick.
Yeah, it's
It's like
you can
looking
see-
into a, what is it, Game Boy 3D or something?
A virtual boy.
Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it picks up a few things, but side effect, everything's red. Majority of these are makes it a little hard to see through, except for this one. And he like picks up a clear lens, probably red to you at this point.
Nora pulls the lens or the camera away from her eyes, and you can see that her eyes are starting to water a bit from looking in it too long.
Her her pupils are really small.
Yeah. She may be shaking ever so slightly. It's my experience with a virtual boy, at least.
This one, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
What's this? What? She
This one.
she moves over to you.
This one is a little hard to demonstrate, but it gets to see anything that may be invisible. I do mean anything.
What?
Mhm.
Let me see.
He goes, oh, it might need to. He starts reaching for the camera.
She grabs the lens and puts it to her eye, still having the camera in her other hand.
It's a little hard to. It's not entirely focused without the camera.
It's not. So I do this, and she'll put the camera with the infrared lens and then the invisible lens in front of the infrared lens and look through it.
It's kind of murky, but you can kind of see Patrick on the other end of it.
You still look red, Patrick.
Yeah, I need to remove and replace and he's still reaching for
She whether it's intentional or not, she kind of steps away as you reach.
It's needs to be detached and reattached. Can I have it back?
Oh, sure. Can I look at it after you reattach it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. She'll hand it to you. She kind of looks unusual for Nora, but she's kind of grinning.
You see Patrick then like unhitch the lens and then reattach a new lens. I haven't really looked through this myself, but assuming should
Did you
be.
just break it? She looks at the lens that you pulled off. You broke it, Patrick. This was brand new. Well, we should
True.
we should go back and turn it in and get you a new one.
How about we do that after you look through the new lens?
All right. So she'll grab the camera and look through it. What do I see?
I don't even know what lens you're looking at now.
It's the see invisible, yeah.
You see everything's crystal clear. Very sharp, very detailed. There's something over Patrick's shoulder. No, just kidding.
It's a tiny
just
lizard
Patrick.
man.
No, you're not. You can only stay in Mila's weird shroom-filled dreams. Okay.
Well, as Nora pulls the camera up to her eye, she'll be like, "What am I supposed to see?"
Well, I haven't tested out myself, but it should just look pretty normal. I'd have to get something that goes invisible. I don't think we have one of those.
Al can turn invisible. He knows the spell. You guys have seen him turn invisible.
Al knows invisibility.
Hey, Patrick,
Yeah.
there's something over your shoulder. She kind of pulls the camera down and then looks back at Patrick and then pulls the camera back up. She's kind of smirking as she says that.
Good.
It looks like it might be something with. It looks like an animal.
Patrick has like generally like stopped moving, and his eyes are wandering back and forth.
Hang on. I'll see if she has the camera still to her face, and she leans forward and she waves her hand over Patrick's shoulder. Don't worry, Patrick. Whatever it was, it's gone now. I think I scared it away. Here's your camera back. We should go and get it switched out with one that's not broken, though. I can go with you. I'm not afraid of anything.
What is going?
Patrick like sits there with a camera in his hand. Looks like he's looking like not towards you, but like towards like a wall or something. It looks like he's putting a few things together.
Patrick.
Yeah? Yes.
Where's the receipt? Or like a piece of paper or laser paper that tells us if we can return it within a certain amount of time. Because I don't want you to get ripped off. You're my best friend.
Okay.
Except I don't have any friends. She says rather quickly after that.
Patrick looks a little confused, but very important question. Inferno, is there a receipt? Like, is there the concept of a receipt?
No, not a paper receipt. There is a concept of a record that you purchased it that the store has.
Okay.
So you should be okay. And now a lot of businesses don't bother issuing receipts, especially out in the sticks or in small villages. Like if you buy it, right? But in large industrial centers like Tolkien, they would have either a digital or magical or physical record that, like, yes, you bought it for this much at this time. There was like a Customer Protection Act that was passed in Tolkien.
Let me just quick ask a question to make sure my
Sure.
information, my character role playing is correct. Because let's say, for example, when Mila bought her silly hat, would she from that nice store? It was a pretty nice store, right? In a big city. Would she have gotten some form of digital receipt for the hat?
Yes. Although I don't know what Mila would have done with it. It might be in her pocket.
Probably ate it. Yeah.
She ate it. She thought it was candy and she spat it out. But yeah, she got something like that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I know what a receipt is.
Sure.
Cool.
Well, Mila knows what a receipt is. I'm assuming Nora does too.
Well, I mean, Nora was because
Nora is Mila. Mila is Nora.
Well, that and Patrick bought a nice hat too, or a silly hat, and that was with Nora.
That's right. Oh,
my
that's
memory is super good right now.
When it comes to fashion, I gotta have more.
Or the fact that I'm on my second glass of wine. No, third. I lost count. Maybe
that's
it's my
your
fourth.
memory juice. Normally, it's the opposite effect for people. Anywho,
I finished the bottle at least.
Good for you. Good for you. Anyway, I like. Oh, by the way, Al is still in the main living room with Mr. Jim Dungeon. This has literally been 5 minutes, and I like to just quickly zoom the camera as Al and him are having some small talk, and Jim will bring up is like, "Is your friend coming?" And now let's zoom back to Mila and Mila and Patrick. But what's up, Tom?
As it's zooming back, it's catching a glimpse of Tom exiting the kitchen with a sandwich. And going to the living room. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to just finish up what Mila and Patrick are doing right now, but I will zoom back to Jim.
No rush.
Tom and... Okay, so you know what a receipt is. Everyone knows kind of what a digital receipt is or a record is, yes.
Nora stares at you, waiting for a response.
Oh, he goes, oh. He looks like he's thinking for a moment, and he goes, I'm a little more worried about the creature that was on my shoulder.
Patrick,
Hmm?
I made that up. I was trying to be funny. I realize I'm not normally funny. That's why it confused you. But did you find it funny?
I found a now, yes. Before, I'm more concerned than anything else.
I guess I should have specified.
No. You also know that the camera's not broken, yes?
Of course I know that. Why is the camera not broken? Broken. Why is the camera not broken?
Oh, it has detachable parts, like the lens.
Get out of town.
Amazing. I don't know what Nora is. Is Nora drunk?
Yeah, like I'm thinking this is just a really calm Mila.
Yeah.
He,
Anyway.
he then gives you a big smile. Is like, I thought you were joking. I just didn't want to not believe what you were saying.
Oh. Yes. Well, I'm trying to be more
Patrick
funny.
has like a big doofy grin on his face.
I'm trying. She sees your grin and she starts giggling. I'm trying to be funnier. Stop looking at me like that. I'm trying to be funnier, but I'm also, I don't like being funny. I don't like many things, but I think I should like to be funny. If you think I should be funny, you should help me teach me to be funny.
We can pick up a joke book. I've seen a few around. I didn't particularly think it was useful, but we should pick one up.
Patrick, that would be wonderful. She leaps over and hugs you.
Oh, yes. That will be our outing instead of the broken camera thing.
Can we go now? Can we go now, please?
We could probably go now, yes.
Yay! Okay, let's go. She starts pulling you by the arm.
Set down camera.
Carefully. So, Nora pulls Patrick out of his room and down the hallway towards the front door. And as they do so, they would see Al and this new fellow Jim sitting by a nearby couch. Tom is nearby, nibbling on the sandwich, as August is at the kitchen table, also getting himself something to eat. Bear and Blink are not seen, but they are also in the house as well. So Jim looks up at the two new arrivals and he says, "Oh, is this your friend?"
What? Nora's mouth drops open like she had forgotten that he was even there. We need to be going now, she says, still pushing Patrick.
Patrick waves while
I
getting
would say,
pushed away.
wait, just 1 second. This is important. Patrick.
No, we gotta
This is
go.
extremely important.
I mean, we can be back in like 10.
I mentioned that
minutes.
time might be a factor here, and the more that I've talking to, it is Al, right? I
Yes.
do have the right people who assisted the. Yes. As the more I've talked with Al, the more I believe time is certainly of the essence. Which brings me to my first follow-up question there. You mentioned that this device, this Zigmund was working on, or as you say, Ziggy, was working on was some sort of device that can open up a rift and tethers you to bring you back. Do you have any idea of when a person is supposed to return?
No.
Time frame?
I believe Patrick might have
Am I
more
still
info.
getting pushed?
Yeah, we're still moving unless someone like intercepts Nora.
Al wouldn't intercept it. I would say, Patrick, Ziggy may be in the other dimension with his father.
Mila, can we I would
Mila-
love to get a book.
Nora, Nora.
Nora, excuse me.
You know,
the,
you call me Mila a lot. It's Nora.
I
Even
am.
when I'm Nora, you call me Mila.
It's I'm not used to people having two names.
She looks kind of sad at that and lets your arm go.
Anyway.
When I think about it, you are a different person, kind of.
Do you know where this other dimension is? Asks Jim, getting back on point.
No,
Oh.
I'm fairly sure. I certainly don't.
I wouldn't have the foggiest idea.
I see. This device that Ziggy created, do you know how it is operated? Any sort of technical aptitude? Any insider knowledge? Right now,
I'm
we're dealing with
sorry.
an unknown device.
I'm going to have to be honest with you. We weren't particularly interested in the device so much as we were in the fact that he cheated us.
I see. Well, did he say anything? Anything at all? Think deeply. Anything that could lend any sort of clue as to how long, where they've gone. I, like I said when I was talking with you, Miss, and he looks over to Nora. I'm kind of relying on you to fill in at least some gaps to assist my investigation, but it seems like things have gotten a lot more complicated very quickly.
Out of character, I don't remember him ever telling it. I remember him telling us it could be adjusted how much time, like it could be a few
Sure.
hours, a few days, or whatnot.
And
I
he
don't
also
remember
said
him ever saying.
and he said he hasn't changed it. So, but yeah, no, he didn't give you any specifics.
Yeah.
You were too busy doing other things with Ziggy.
Figuratively and literally
Kicking him in the
nuts,
ball.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't
fine.
remember him ever telling us, like, especially I'm almost positive he didn't tell us where it opened to, just that
Sure.
wherever it opened to, it came back all stabbed.
Sure, my apologies. I'm just playing Jim incredibly
No,
in
it's fine.
character. But that wasn't a hint that you guys know something and you should tell them. No, you guys are pretty much on point with what you recall from last
Okay.
session.
No, I just wanted to be sure that.
Sure, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, then Al would say, "No, I'm truly sorry. We have no idea. We just know what he told us,
I see.
which is what I've told you."
All right. Well, once again, then my name is Jim Dutchin. I am with the Tolkien Police Department. If you remember anything, please let me know. Thanks for your time, he says.
Of course.
And on behalf of many of the other police department, thanks for your earlier service as well. We're still sorting through a whole lot of stuff. And my department is one of the ones that isn't inundated with, with an influx of new business, let's just say. He goes towards the door and he pauses for a moment and he looks over towards Patrick and he says, "You're Mr. Kinsman, right?"
Patrick looks a little more darkened in expression, but he turns to him and goes, "Yes."
And he says, he reaches out a hand and he says, "I just want to thank you personally. I worked on a missing persons case of a dead prostitute from a few years back, got no leads. I understand that you did a lot of hard work going at it a very unorthodox way, and you cleared that case for me. I want to thank you." His hand is still outreached towards you.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but what was her name? Shoot, out of character. What was her name?
Oh, the
Bailey
lieutenant of the
McFadden.
operation? Bailey McFadden. Yeah.
I have heard that Bailey McFadden was very much on top of her game. Please thank her. She's done great work.
Oh,
from what I've heard.
And then Jim looks a little embarrassed. Goes, "I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have listened to rumors in the first place. You know, cops. Now we can be as bad as a sewing circle sometimes. Anyway, well, thanks for all your assistance. And once again, if you find anything else, please let me know. Best of luck with your future endeavors, he says as he shows himself out.
Al would close the door behind him, turn around and say, well, the idiot did it.
Yep.
I hope the cops can go find them. So, where are you two headed off to?
I don't think we're gonna go anywhere. She says, like, letting go of Patrick and looking kind of disappointed.
What are you talking about? Patrick actually looks... He looks like he snapped out of something. It looks a little concerned.
Maybe I'll go stare at a wall or something. I like to do that.
But I was really looking forward to getting a joke book for you.
Nora, can I talk to you for a moment? And he'll kind of like shake his head off to the side.
Her eyes narrow. Still with this saddened expression, but she nods.
Al would kind of pull Nora off to the side and he'd say, I get it. It hurts that he calls you Mila. I understand, but try to remember, of all of us, he judges you the least, and he's the best at accepting you for who you are. He may not be great with names, but he's one of the best friends you could ever have.
Al, out of all of us, he judges me the least. She looks at you, wide-eyed, and kind of backs away.
Al says, it took me a long time to change.
You haven't changed.
Al raises an eyebrow.
You don't trust me. You don't trust my decisions. You don't. I don't know if I'm Mila, if I'm Nora, but...
When have I not trusted you?
Whenever
Patrick
Mila
steps in.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely how them. Now, I just want to say for the NPC, August, who is kind of eating a bowl of cereal, he kind of gets up, excuses himself, and Tom, you can hear August mutter, "I'm gonna see where Bear and Blink are," and he escorts himself out of the room.
Tom will start getting up, and will probably notice Nora staring him down, sit back down, and go, "Lucky bastard."
Anyways, but no, sorry. Patrick pops into this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to have a nice walk with a good friend of mine to go get something I've never even experienced. And Al, of all the times to try to convince somebody else about your opinion, this is not the time, or your point of view. She needs to be accepted more than anything else.
Al looks at Patrick. Patrick, do you even know what I just said? Do you know why she was upset? I was trying to help you. You hurt her feelings, Patrick.
I noticed I hurt her feelings.
I was simply trying to... Al throws up his hands. I was trying to help. Whatever. And Al will just walk out the door.
Al, wait.
Does Al wait?
No. Al does not wait.
Does Al take his radio with him?
You know what? Al will stop, grab a radio, and then walk out the door.
Like it'll be in like your jacket pocket or something, and you root for it and then take it with you. Okay.
Right.
Nora kind of walks slowly over to the door. Her head drops dramatically,
Dun, dun, dun.
and she doesn't move from that spot.
Okay. Let players interact with each other first before I throw in any NPCs here.
Patrick will look over at Tom for a moment.
Tom finishes the rest of his sandwich and goes, "What the hell was that about?"
As he speaks for the audience.
Like, I haven't seen her that upset for a while.
Yeah, she's still standing there.
I thought you were outside.
She went to the door.
Yeah, I thought she went to the door and
she's
then.
sitting on this side of the door.
Oh.
Your side of the door, so you can change what you said.
You
now that you
can
Oh,
see her.
never
her head is
mind.
drooped. She's standing right in front of the door.
She is so lonely
Not
and so
moving.
sad.
I'm sorry.
looks pathetic.
For the reason that she feels bad.
Bad.
Oh my god.
You're not the reason. I was just quoting an emo song.
I would like to say though, in maybe this is a little too meta, but when it was deciding between Patrick and Mila for that streetwise check, I seem to recall Squee wanting to wait on asking Nora and or Mila just to be safe.
Yeah. As meta as it might be, that doesn't mean that he doesn't like Mila. He just understands what their strengths
But you
are.
asked when did you didn't trust her?
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, way too meta.
No,
Of course.
it's too meta, but
We're talking meta right now. We're talking
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
character.
Well, no, wait. But here's the thing. That's not trust for anything. If Nora thinks of herself as a different person, if that's anything, that's not trusting Mila, and that's trusting Nora.
Okay, and we can still think of. I can already think of. Okay, let's not. This is what
Yeah,
happens
we're
when
going
you have
way too
crazies.
meta.
Okay, so let's get back
maybe
to.
let the scene play out.
Yeah,
Let's what
yeah,
happens.
let's the scene. Let's let the scene play out.
Tom
So
will
Tom,
slowly turn in his chair and go, "Are you okay?"
No matter what I do, if I'm Mila or if I'm Nora, it doesn't seem to make a difference.
What do you mean?
Mila gets angry. Nora gets angry. I don't know, I get confused. Mila is innocent and she don't know anything. I thought maybe if I was Nora all the time that people could trust me more and I could make some decisions. But it's easier to talk with a southern accent than it is to talk like this.
Okay.
I know I haven't given any. I accepted you for who you are, but I haven't truly tried to get to know you.
I don't even know who I am anymore, Patrick.
I wish Bear was here. That's okay.
Well, we can always figure that out. I mean, I know I wasn't always sure.
You don't have 3 people living in your head, Patrick.
I only have one, and he usually.
I just don't want to be a burden anymore, but it feels like no matter who I am, if I'm Mila or if I'm Nora, it always ends up being a problem.
I don't think we've ever. You, all of you. He like stops for a moment. Maybe not the one that wanted to shoot all three of you.
She stays behind the door.
Besides her, I don't think I've ever had a problem with you, all of you.
I just wish I could be called either Mila or Nora and not be offended.
Hmm.
I
She
I
kind of
think-
she shrugs at Patrick. Patrick, I wouldn't worry about it. Remember, she walks over to you and she'll grab your hand and she'll put it on her head. Remember, it shouldn't matter what I think. I'm just Mila. I'm here to be happy and I'm here to make everything better and we're gonna have a good time. We should go fix your camera, Patrick. Patrick, let's go fix your camera.
Oh my god, this is like super sad now. God damn you for being a good role player. All right.
Sorry.
No problem.
I wouldn't worry about my camera right now. I'm worried about you. Both, all of you, whatever it may be.
Patrick, I'm fine. See, look, I don't have any scratches. I haven't fallen off a tree in about, probably about 4 hours. I would give or take an hour.
Cuts to flashback of Mila going, "Hey, bear!
Bear,
Ah!
bear.
I'm fine. Flashback into the present moment.
Maybe we should have a singing party. She looks over at Tom. Because I know someone here who likes music.
Tom's kind of staring at her with a serious look on his face.
What has gotten into you guys? You act like somebody... Did someone die? Where's Al? Is Al okay?
Al's fine.
Where did he go?
He's out for, I'm sure, a walk. We were just talking to Nora. Is she...
You were never talking with Nora. You're always talking with me. I can talk like Nora. It's easy for me to do. Talk... I messed up. Sorry, let me try again. She kind of composes herself. It's easy for me to talk like this. But it's even easier to talk like this. Nora's not here. She needed a little break after what happened. So I'm here to fill in her shoes.
I love crazy
Which-
so much.
Which, I'm sorry, which break?
What? What are you talking about, Patrick?
Where's Nora?
Nora, oh, I shouldn't laugh. That was mean. Nora, she tried to remember, and when she remembers, it hurts her brain too much. See, I can remember a little bit of what happened, but I can't remember all of it. So when Nora needs a break, when she starts remembering too much, I help out. And when I start remembering too much, someone else helps out. And maybe there's more. I don't know. I only met those two. Sorry. I shouldn't giggle. I really had you fooled, didn't I? That I was really Nora.
You really did.
Yay!
So that
I remember she don't like people.
Yeah, what was that all about? You were talking about how no one likes you? Or
No
No one
people like me, they just don't take me seriously because I'm unreliable. And I don't blame them. I mean, I've kind of done some not so good things, but I think they were good things, but other people don't think they were good things. And then Nora, she gets so angry that no one likes her with how angry she is. I mean, she likes all of you, but that don't mean a thing. She'll treat you all nasty. And I like you all just fine, and I'll treat you good. But I feel bad for Nora. You must get lonely. Hey, maybe we should draw a bunch of pictures for when Al gets back. Do you think that's a good idea? Patrick, Tom, come on. You guys are so quiet. What's with you?
Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have some time for pictures.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Sure.
Okay. What do you want to draw?
Not sure.
Okay, well, I'll help you out. I'll draw I'll draw Liam, and then you color him in, okay? You're really good at coloring, Tom. She kind of gives you a little smile.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is it okay if I step in here for a moment?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you color for a little bit. A few minutes later, Bear and Blink and August will come back in. Bear and Blink were actually just running a few errands on their own, and they returned. Blink emerges back from his room once he kind of hears that things have kind of settled down a little bit.
You mean Bear?
What did I say, Blink?
Yeah.
What? Well, Bear and Blink
Okay.
have returned from doing a few errands. They went together. They're friends.
Mhm.
And August came back from his room once he heard things that calmed down. And they'll inquire as to where Al has gone. Would you just tell him that he went out for a walk?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So speaking of then, what's Al going to be doing, Squee? We can just talk about narratively until he comes back.
I have no idea.
Okay, you can
Yeah,
just
walking. Walking's
walk
good.
around Okay, clear as mine. You'll hear Blink radio in to make sure you're okay.
Al would be pleasant enough to Blink, and he'd say, "Yeah, I think I just needed a little time to cool off. I'll be fine."
All right. And Blink would say, August said that a member of the Tolkien Police Department came on through. And she pauses for a moment. Were there complications with what we did before?
No, actually, it had to do with do you know Ziggy, the guy that was supposed to be building Patrick's traveling doohickey?
Yeah, you guys have talked about him quite a bit.
Yeah, well, he and his dad seem to have gotten themselves in some trouble, and he was asking about that.
Oh, I see. She says.
It's unfortunately, we told them what we could, but we can't be much help since apparently they're probably in another dimension somewhere, and we have no idea how to get to them. So kind of have to leave that in their hands.
Sure. And Blink gives a small, like a mumble of confirmation. She says, from what I've seen, what they've done handling, those scumbags, it seems like this is a pretty professionally run city when it comes to law and order and security. I'm sure there are all sorts of professionals who can look into that.
Yeah. Is Nora okay?
Blink pauses for a moment. She says, yeah. She's just coloring with Patrick and Patrick and Tom, And looks like they've just roped Bear and August in, although August is making up some excuses. Alicia's still out, by the way. She said she was going to spend a better part of the day um, looking to get a little vehicle of her own as well, but something that would be light, a little scooter, a little motorcycle or something that can be put onto the behemoth and then later on to our other vehicle. Other than
Well,
that,
maybe I'll
everything's pretty quiet.
say where she went. Maybe I'll go give her a hand.
She says Tolkien's pretty big, and I'm still pretty new to this place. But it was in that big open air market when we first entered this city, by where those ridiculous orcs were.
Ah, well, that's out of radio contact, so probably not the best to start rummaging around in there.
Sure.
All right. Well, thanks anyway.
Okay. So we can speed ahead a little bit if you guys want
Sure.
to when Al and Alicia get back, and you guys can either decide in character or out of character what steps you want to make, because we still got plenty of session time to go on, and we don't need to play day by day by day by day either. So what would you guys like to do next? I'm assuming you're all resolved with letting the professionals deal with this whole Ziggy situation.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, me as a player, I know we're heroes and all, but I think they probably have a better shot at whatever it is than we do. So
Sure. Like I said, this is I'm just throwing things out there. You guys, have, as always, do whatever you want to do. Right?
We could always kind of leave it open where if
Sure.
the extra help if they do think there's a dangerous situation. We could say
Sure.
that we're available if it
Sure.
comes to it, but to have them
Yeah.
basically do all the nitty gritty, and if there's any
Sure.
more heavy lifting or need us to, heaven forbid, travel to another dimension, that to give us a ring a ding ding
Yeah.
and we'd help out.
Well, yeah. Well, I've left
mean,
things open. You guys already, thanks to your past efforts. Sorry. Go ahead, Bern.
I know specifically as players, a few of us want to go to Parents Post as
Sure.
soon as possible.
Okay.
But
then-
after that, we can
Yeah,
maybe
well,
come back or
sure.
whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Well, see, listen. I've already. Just with what happened there, I've left things really, really open for you guys. Right? You guys are like, for lack of a better word, friends and allies of the police department, based on to the huge things that you did last session and the session before. Not last session, but with the black market. Plus, you have this guy's contact information. He said, "Come to me if you find out anything else or anything like that." So, exactly what you guys want. It's open. You guys can come back to it if you want. If not, you can just see how things get resolved, right?
Mhm.
So then, all right, let's just talk out of character. Shall we have our next kind of event? Your next goal is to head over to Parents Post?
I'm wondering. Yeah, I mean that is what we want to do, but do we want to get the behemoth fixed first? Oh well, actually, here's a better question. Are we as a group?
Let
Because
me
I know we wanted to.
Map.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to just bring us to the map while you
Oh,
are talking
sure.
here.
I was going to say our big objectives, as far as I understand it, is of course run by Parents Post. Maybe go by. I'm sorry, I forget the name, but the Mila's hometown, which we. No, not Lacree. Mila's hometown. That's kind of.
You don't know its name.
We don't know
Thanks.
Mila's hometown.
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
Bear
that is-
said it in character to me in a private conversation.
Mila
He
said it out before.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I,
Penshaw.
I understand. I'm
All right,
talking
Penshaw.
completely out of character here. That
Okay.
That's a
So
Oh.
Penshaw.
plot point, but it's one that's very dependent upon stuff that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like we as players don't even really know this is a thing. And then there's helping. Oh God,
Morin.
Morin. Thank you.
In New
Which is
Laszlo.
in New Laszlo. Now,
Oh,
it would make sense. Oh, go ahead.
Well, let me help you out because you guys are doing a little bit of planning here, right?
Mhm.
So obviously Tolkien is in this direction with the red arrow. You can see it on
Yeah.
the map.
Mm-hmm.
You see Lacree there. There's Lacree, Parents Post. There's New Laszlo. Where Mila's from, where Penshaw is actually. Oh, let's have a different color than gray. That'll be kind of weird. Maroon is.
You and Maroon.
Yeah, me and
What a
maroon.
maroon.
I'm a complete maroon.
It fits Mila perfectly. Nah, just
By
kidding.
the way, I live in this general area in real life.
Oh, I was about to say, if
Neat.
you want to say where Penshaw is, but
Oh yeah, Penshaw can be over here because I literally. Oh, this is getting
Do you
so
really?
meta. Yeah, I live over. Well, I mean, I'm kind of further out.
so if Penshaw was
miss it.
there, that'd be okay.
Yeah, that's
wrong
super
with this?
awesome actually because I get that. Yeah.
Boom. Right there, Criana.
If
Ba-bang.
you start describing your 2-story house,
No.
There used
No,
to be
no,
a
no,
dog
Penshaw's
here
not
that
mine.
pissed everywhere.
And I miss him. All
I
right.
do kind of miss him.
so
course.
these are just my thoughts, of course, is that if we're headed towards Perrin Post and maybe also New Laszlo, then it means that we might not be back to Tolkien for a while, Locri for a while. So if Pinshaw's a thing, absolutely, I'm very interested in that. But of course, as players, that's not really
It'll have to be
something-
initiated
exactly.
by Mila
Nor-
and or Bear.
Exactly.
Nor-
But
nor-
my first thought would be Lacree to get the behemoth fixed, then to Perrin's Post to stop by, and it's like a way stop on our way to New Laszlo. Because, as far as I understand, and I'm open to ideas, but our best bet right now for Morin is talking to Ashwin Calabar, because from what we were told, he'd probably know the most about trying to help her out of anyone.
He's the closest to Ryan Gosling that we got, so yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the
Actually,
plan
it's
for
really
now is to head by Lacree. Visit.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
that would be
that's
my
fair.
thought. My vote. Yeah. Like
Is-
Lacree, get the behemoth fixed, because we don't know what kind of trouble we're going to run into, and we've been risking it enough as it is by walking around with that behemoth the way it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't move the damn. Oh well.
What's the matter?
There you go. No, I couldn't move it in my browser for some reason. It's fine.
Okay.
So, Lacree. And then Perrin's Post.
Sorry, I'm looking at my Lacree notes, and I just see traveling medicine show selling magic toad. Selling
God.
tabs with like 3 exclamation points. I was really excited about that toad.
Oh, there is one more item that we need to get.
Okay.
A hard drive.
Oh, for the movies, right?
Yes.
A way to transfer the movies to something the storytellers could use, because I think they're on a technology they may not have.
Yes.
Okay.
And we would have to convert the files ourselves.
You would need to know how to do that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not gonna make. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to say it's gonna be a miniature skill challenge with Patrick and August.
Mhm.
But
This is it, Criana. This is why we brought August.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Johns. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm looking through my notes about Lacree. Oh. I'm just looking at people who were good with repairing stuff. Because there's that family of folks.
Mhm.
Damn it. Doesn't matter. Okay, back with the hard drive. Finding and purchasing a hard drive. Do you have it written down how many movies you have? Oh no, it's on the ship.
Yeah, it's on
It's
the
up
ship.
to me to tell you how many ship. Oh,
All I know is we have a lot because Tom has
have
been
a lot.
Yeah, Tom has been
You have
binging
a
those.
ton.
Yeah.
There is. Give me a moment. Oh, this is actually going to be a problem.
Mm?
Because there's 1 zettabyte of movie information. So it goes gigabyte, terabyte, which is 1,000 gigs. 1,000 terabytes is a petabyte. 1,000 petabytes is an exabyte. And
Jesus
1,000
Christ.
exabyte is a zettabyte.
Oh my god.
Okay, so why don't we go about it this way?
Let's just give
How
them
about-
like
If they only have petabyte hard drive space is here.
Well, I was gonna say if Tom's been binging them, we could definitely. Because here's the thing, we could give them. Let's say Tom, like Bern, how many movies do you think Tom would have seen if he's been binging?
Well, here's the thing. He watched them all throughout the ride over to Mars. So
well,
that's
you were
4 months.
doing other things. You were
Well,
training
yeah.
in your armor and banging Blink, so there's that.
He can do both at the same time.
There is
not
the
get
thing
into
called
that.
Netflix and chill, sir.
Please, no, I regret bringing up that joke.
Blink, no.
Like, no.
No, my thought was we categorize the movies that we've seen into like family, adult, that kind of thing, and give them those.
You're planning on giving them adult movies?
No, that's not what.
Not
Please
that
no.
adult.
Meant
I mean, like
mature.
R-rated versus because you
Yeah.
gotta imagine they'd want to know which movies are safe to show children.
Actually,
No, they don't care.
And post-apocalyptic, yeah. I mean, if there's a lot of gore and violence, they'll show those a little bit later at night. The Endless Storytellers, but
Yeah.
even because something I just want to say, kind of out of character, that your characters would definitely know because you'd probably feel this way because you grew up in this culture as well. Old golden age comedies doesn't work. People don't get the jokes from times of eons past, right? Action and adventure movies, though, and sci-fi find some sci-fi movies pretty quaint and kind of funny to like laugh at, like how we would laugh at a movie, that was based on sci-fi in the year 2000 when they made it in 1930. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, action adventure are the two most popular genres.
Things like Indiana Jones. Things
sure.
like that.
Sure. Now you can have comedies and you can have dramas, but they actually have to be made in the modern time, right? So like that movie that Tom and them saw about the coalition soldier and the wizard from Tolkien, running off, right? That was a modern movie, right? But those are few, far between, and not of very good quality.
Let's just try and get as many action adventure type of movies that we can fit on a hard drive for them.
Right, because how like the Endless Storytellers had like what, maybe a dozen movies?
If that.
So I mean, we could easily. I mean, even if we don't give them everything we have, we could probably easily double or triple their selection, and they'd be somewhat happy.
What do you mean, somewhat happy? They would be enthralled.
I'm underplaying it, Bern. Underselling.
God. How dare you?
Because if I understand the idea, I thought this was like a gift for all the crap we made them put up with.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
So if we don't get them a zigabyte or whatever,
Zettabyte.
Zettabyte
You can't get them a zettabyte.
We can't.
Exactly.
There's no way.
This is the important thing. This is where one of the big aspects of the advances in orbit technology versus what's on Earth is a big difference. Plus, the Rhapsody is like the cream of the crop. Yeah. Like the richest, most influential man in orbit in an advanced technology made this thing. So yeah, you can't even come close to a zettabyte of data. Like I said, the closest you can get is maybe a couple petabytes.
Right, and I mean,
that's still
even get them
a ton of movies.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
dude.
say, yeah, even if we get them like 100 movies, that's
if
still...
a movie is like maybe 12 gigabytes on a modern day computer, a petabyte, which is 1,000 terabytes. Holy fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, you can have like 5,000, 6,000 movies.
Yeah, my thought is, since you guys have to since August and Patrick have to code them themselves, let's shoot for like 50 movies.
Sure, that's
about
probably
that.
that would be obtainable in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's perfect resolution. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are fine with that.
Oh yeah.
Adding.
Just
Okay.
tell me how much that hard drive would be.
Well, since you only need, if it's just going to be 50 movies, it's going to be a relatively cheap hard drive. Actually, Patrick, I'd like you to roll me a streetwise and a electrical engineering skill. No penalties on either. That's a
wrong
T20.
How dare you?
My button's moved. There it is. Okay. Streetwise. Got it. And the electrical engineer.
Okay. Okay, that was a success. Okay, so because you're really looking for a hard drive that can that is easiest to be compatible with the hardware systems in the Rhapsody. You succeed on that. You're not so great at getting the best deal. So for 500 credits, you can get a hard drive that can hold about 100 movies. So you'll be able to fill it halfway through. And then you're all set. Okay. So we'll wait for Tom to come back or Byrne to come back. Can you guys still hear me?
Yay.
Yep.
Okay. Because honestly, because you have the Rhapsody, your Behemoth and the Rhapsody, there's no reason why. Like, I would like the next scene with you guys showing back up at Parents Post, if that's cool by you guys. No, wait. Are you going to Lacree first or going to Parents Post?
Well, I'm not sure we quite decided, but
Okay, well,
my
decide.
only worry is that the longer we walk around with the damaged behemoth, the more we're asking for trouble.
Exposed? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So I'm all for stopping by Lacree, letting them repair it, and then headed on, kind of thing. Because there was that guy that promised to give us a discount. And I don't think taking the behemoth to get repaired at Parents Post is the wisest move.
Right, I think we should avoid trying to do that.
Oh, did Alicia get her vehicle?
Yeah, she got herself just an old fixer-up motorcycle.
Oh,
Cool.
I know Patrick doesn't have his.
Yeah, I know.
what?
How
What
much
happened
longer is it
to-
going to take to build that?
Infinite, because the two people working
Yeah,
on
exactly.
it are gone.
That's why I
Um,
was mentioning before that we're going to have to come
Thank
back
you.
here anyways.
Right.
So
Yes, maybe the twins can finish it.
no, I don't think they can.
Look, I'm sure they have some talents,
We
but
march in there. Look, I know your
They
dad's
might
dead,
have
but
bigger
we had a
fish
deal.
to fry.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, like their family is missing.
yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is we had a deal. No.
So, speaking on that particular note, Patrick's going to try to contact. There we go. Contact. Keep freaking thinking, oh yes, but that's not.
That's okay.
Huge ass.
Oh, Jazz. God damn. You mean Bailey McFadden?
Yes, Bailey McFadden.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to contact her.
Okay. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. You're able to get in contact with her. Now, do you want a face-to-face, or do you want just something over a radio line?
Over a radio.
Okay. All right. After a little bit of time, have you needing to switch different channels to talk to the right person, you do hear the short, crisp voice of Bailey McFadden on the other line.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Patrick. I hope I can call you Patrick. I've been told that you wanted to speak with me. I have a few minutes free. I'm in the midst of, and she says pretty proudly, processing a mutual friend of ours, one Prop Cal. He's putting up one hell of a fight. It's making it even all the more fun. So how can I help you?
This is probably nothing, but best to double check. Apparently a person who is investigating a current missing persons report has gone to our abode by your recommendation.
She says,
And
no, not my recommendation at all. Who's this person's name?
he will repeat the name.
Sure.
Um, he seemed suspicious mainly because he seemed to know too much information and how hush we were supposed to be in contact with such things.
Hmm.
I wanted to make sure that this was a person of well contact.
Okay. Well, I'm going to follow up on this then, and I'll let you know if there's anything to be concerned about.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. So, with that,
I think we're good to get on to Lacree.
and I found the information that I need. Dale Lennox and his 3 sons and 2 daughters can do repairs at a friends and family discount. And I even have the prices here. Oh, past Inferno. I love how many notes that you took. President Inferno has been slacking off the past few sessions, and he's bad. But you past Inferno, you're the fucking best. Okay, so you know what? There's a lot. Let me pull us back a little bit, okay? So, we'll say early the next day if it's okay by you guys. Before you leave Tolkien, you get in Patrick gets radio in contact with Bailey McFadden one more time, and she gives him a bit of a follow-up. She says, I've done an internal investigation as to what happened. It turned out one of my squad mates, a fellow named Mark Anthony, he's good friends with this Jim investigator. I can acknowledge that he is a part of the Tolkien Police Department, although he's shooting a little bit higher than he normally goes. Apparently, him and my man Mark Anthony are good friends, and after the big bust-up that happened a few nights ago, they went out for a few drinks and lips got pretty loose. There have been some reinforcement of proper protocols, and for the sake of your cover, I can assure you that no police officer will approach that particular house, at least not for a very long time. We want to make sure, after all the help that you've given us, that you're not outed.
Thank you. Is there a missing persons? I'm sure you probably did not know about it since I did not give you that particular information, but he seems to be in the middle of a missing persons report.
Yes, that's his purview, although when I said it looked like he was shooting higher than he normally goes, he typically deals with mundane disappearances. Those of a supernatural or magic or techno-wizard nature are normally prescribed over to my department, the department I work in with the supernatural crimes unit. Considering the situation of that happened to the Prolofs, he should have referred to us immediately. Instead, he tried to do some investigating on his own. It's my understanding now, though, that things are progressing better now that all the proper departments have been informed.
Good. I thank you for the follow-up.
Of course. Well, after all the help you've been, it's no problem at all. So with that, no, sorry, Piph.
You were just saying have a good day.
Oh, okay, great. You log off. Other than that, there's no other major incidences whatsoever. You were able to get back through the security of Tolkien, collect all your high damage armor and weapons that you had stored in any of the lockers, including the ones that were recovered from Ishpeming by mutual acquaintances, which were stored on the behemoth. The behemoth itself, although still having significant damage that was sustained due to previous adventures, has been untouched. There is everything that is yours is there. Your rooms are still probably a little bit messy from the transition between it when it was used as a walking refugee camp versus your current place. But once again, you follow the long little river. You don't come across any fairies or any bubberkins or anything like that. And you're able, once again, to Tom is able to slide into the underground lake that the Rhapsody is been nestled under. The Rhapsody emerges, dripping wet on the outside, but fine and perfectly operational on the inside. Tom and Alicia get into the cockpit. Sure enough, takes to the wing. The wing takes wing to the air. Is it fair enough to say that you'll be traveling at the same height and speed as you have been usually doing so? So up into the
Safe, out of range, out of visual.
Yeah. As safe as you can tell, you've had no incidences so far.
Mhm.
But the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the jaunt to Lacree is only a few hours long. And once again, I think it's fair to say that you would actually probably park in the same area that you did before with Lacree, that kind of swampy area. Maybe this time looking out for any strange gray horses that pretend to be stuck in the mud or limping. It takes you a half a day to travel from where the Rhapsody is disguised back into Lacree. And once ascending the elevator made of scrap metal and junk, going past the turrets of security, and a warm welcoming of Patrick's parents and many members of L Zone Prime, whom, happy to say, have assimilated in with the Lacree lifestyle extremely well. In fact, there have the new fresh, I guess you could say, citizens of Lacree. A few of them have actually gotten hitched up to Lacree locals, and their scientific knowledge has already assisted considerably. The hatchery is currently under construction to a more efficient, and there are some new generators in the homes of Lacree that are running at a peak 40% more electrically efficient than before. Patrick's parents are overjoyed to see him, of course. And let's get this last little bit of math out of the way, thanks to Pass Inferno and his notes. So now you have some cash, and now you have some time in order for the behemoth to get repaired. So like whoever would like to get into the behemoth section and take chalk of the damages so we can keep track of how much this will take to be repaired.
Sure. I'll get out a calculator and calculate it right now if you want.
Okay. Sure. So first and foremost was the sensor suite, which would normally cost about $1 million, $1.5 million credits, but thanks to the family and friends discount of the Kinsmans, this Mr. Dale Lennox and his progeny will only charge you $900,000 to install a new sensor suite on the behemoth. They have a contact back in Ishpeming, and they're able to get it at a good price. So that's $900,000 for the sensor suite. Now, how much MDC total is the behemoth down, both in its legs, arms, main body, the whole thing? Calculate that up first.
Okay. This is going to take a bit because it is severely damaged.
Okay, so I'd like you to, while you do that, I want to throw in this one last little bit too. I don't know if you guys recall a certain dwarf that you rescued from a certain
nice
alien person from
Yeah, the one that's shooting for the.
Of course, Jorgril Brewbraid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's going after the dwarven, the she dwarf, Miss. Hold up a second. Cree, where is she? Ofuna. That's right. How can I forget a beautiful name like Ofuna? Ofuna Strong River. Well,
Oh my god.
actually, what?
No, her name's great.
Go ahead.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
Ofuna Strong River. Well, when you guys meet and greet, actually, this is going to be a small little role play. We'll say soon after you get you're getting everything fixed and you're visiting folks and maybe okay, wait, we'll do the math thing first. So I would like you to take 1,510
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like you to multiply it by 3,500.
5,285,000.
That's how much it's going to cost to repair the behemoth.
That's also not including the 900 grand.
Okay.
So that's 6,185,000.
Mm-hmm.
Treat yourself.
That
Thank
was
you,
not
Lena.
with the same accent that you did before.
Yeah, who'd have thought? All right.
She set up 2.
We are
So let's-
short.
You're short money?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
remember
are-
when you guys said, it'd be really great if we're really short on money sometimes?
They said that. I never said that. Just to be clear.
To
So
do
what? Are
what?
you going to do? So, obviously, you don't have to repair everything all at once. You can repair what you can afford.
Yeah. We're short by
See,
like...
now that 10 million credits is really coming in handy, huh?
No. We're down
It's
by
almost like someone designed that because he's an asshole.
We're down by
Sorry.
like
I shouldn't laugh.
100.
I'm being pulled over here. I'm fucked over too. I shouldn't laugh.
We're down by like 160 grand. So
That's
here.
not too bad. Actually, I couldn't have planned that. You know why? Because you guys did some shopping in Tolkien, which I couldn't predict. So I'm patting myself on the back too
Okay.
much.
Oh, just take it.
Nah.
If
I knew it was going to be expensive, but I knew how much it was going to cost. I didn't know what you guys were going to spend your money on. And in fact, the missing 10 million credits, like I said, has a story behind it. Hopefully a story that you guys will like or not like, or at least engage you.
okay.
in.
So if we forego 50 MDC,
Oh.
then
Then you should be fine.
we will have barely enough.
Well, we shouldn't spend all our money. I mean,
Yeah.
we need
You might
some
need
money.
something. Yeah.
Here.
So maybe we should focus on, like, I know the legs were really damaged. We should make sure
the
to
legs
get
are
those.
almost so damaged that they couldn't walk. Although
Yeah.
Patrick got them on operational, and the robot got them on operational.
If we
Robot.
forego 100 MDC total, we will still have at least 189 grand.
If we do what?
If we forego 100 MDC, then we will have around 189 grand.
Okay. How much MDC? Hang on, sorry. I'm trying to look at the stats. How much would that repair?
That would repair everything except for 100 MDC.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Which
it would
we
repair
we can-
1,410 MDC.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Are you guys good with that?
That sounds good to me, sport.
And once we get into New Laszlo, we can talk about converting some of the, or a lot of the, black market credits. So I will pull
so
the
we
trigger
can
on that.
figure that out.
Yeah,
So here's one more question. Is it possible we can just take that? What would we want to not repair? Because, like, obviously we'd probably want our legs fully repaired. Would we want to maybe take that off of the main body, so the main body is only at 400?
We could do that, or we could do 50 from the main body and 50 from the observation deck.
Yeah,
So
or you know what?
250
What if
and
we could also
450.
like just spread it around a little bit, so it's only like a little bit on every part.
I wouldn't say every
Like we
part,
did.
but
No, but like maybe like 10 off of the left arm,
Oh,
10 off
oh.
of the right arm, that kind of thing.
that's actually what we can do is 50 on one arm, 50 on the other, because they are beefy.
Wait, on the arms?
Yeah, because
They only
they're
have
200.
120.
No, they have 200 MDC each. The forearms.
Oh,
You're looking at the shoulders.
I see. Well, no, I got
My
you.
face
No, I was,
is
but
up.
I
My
was
face
actually
is up
thinking
here.
though. I was actually thinking if we just do like a little bit off the shoulder, the right arm, the forearm, like just spread it out evenly among everything, it would be. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be 5 to
Pretty
10 mega damage
sexy.
per thing.
Pretty sexy. Little off the shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Pretty hot.
Yeah, but that's going
Yeah.
to have me calculate all that stuff and
I'll
figure
do it.
out.
I'll do it.
Then you do it.
'Cause
I'll
I
do,
think
I'll do the money.
Sexy calculations.
Yeah, I'll do it because I think honestly it would lessen the impact on any one part of it.
Yeah. So
Super-
the
I'll
Super
do
sexy.
1, 2.
the
I'm just still
total
keep talking. I don't even care.
the total of all of this is
Sex
this.
calculations.
God damn it, Criana, shut up.
I liked it better when you guys were just ignoring me and I was talking over you.
Now let's do role play.
Okay.
Okay.
So is everybody good with that amount?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
hey,
Yeah.
Mila dash Nora.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Aw.
K.
Hug.
K. ASL question mark.
I don't
All
know
right.
what that means.
Age, sex, location.
It's like you weren't on IRC in 1998.
Come on, AOL. That's all anyone ever sent.
That's true. That and LOL.
Mm-hmm.
I have a video for this. Give me a second.
Oh no, Wait,
Guys,
wait,
please.
wait. Okay,
Let's get back
down
to
the
it.
rabbit hole.
No, I'm the GM of this train. I put us back on tracks, baby.
No.
So
Ow.
Oh, what?
Ow.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Are we doing a role play or are we just joking here? Because
Yes, I'm trying to.
Or are we
Okay.
having a legit one?
Oh, yes, I was trying
Okay.
to, but
Oh,
maybe I
you
didn't
have
plan
one
on
with
them.
Al. I thought we were shooting.
you were.
Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's not canon. Just so we're clear.
Got it.
Inferno, if you would please put us right on track, and we can.
sure. Okay. So we'll line this up with while you guys are flying over towards Lacree in the Rhapsody, since Tom and Alicia have things handled, and there's no more Baron taking up the room. I believe it was in Bear's room anymore, so he
Mhm.
got that back, so he's quite happy about that. As happy as Bear can be being on a spaceship. And you guys are probably back into your same, like, I guess you could say lounge or kitchen area as well. I think that's a fine place to place the scene. I'm assuming you guys do want to roleplay this apology now that we made so much hay
Yes.
out of it. Okay, so
I do.
I've set the scene. Go nuts.
So we're all around the table.
Sure, you can be. Yep.
Mila will be like coloring while you're doing whatever.
Or maybe putting away. Here's a great idea. Folks are putting away new provisions that you got from Tolkien. You didn't need to get a whole lot since there was still a lot aboard the Behemoth, but maybe you're hauling them from the Behemoth into the Rhapsody now. Putting them in stores and that sort of stuff. Take it away.
Patrick
Anybody.
would shuffle over to Mila.
Patrick! She has like a bunch of crumbs around her mouth, and there's a few like empty bags around that clearly she's been dipping into the provisions.
Hi.
Hi! Are you gonna help me clean up the provisions? She kind of gives you a wink.
Oh, maybe after I need to talk to you and Al, but I'll be
Okay.
definitely back to help out. I
Alright.
just want to say I'm sorry
For what?
for mm, for a lot of things. I
Patrick.
didn't I didn't I remember when I said way back that day that
Hmm?
I was agreeing that I wasn't also good with people, that I had something. I didn't know how much I needed or missed having people who were just happy around me and just to call a friend. I
Patrick. Mila will kind of go up to you. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but we are friends, right?
sure hope so. As he seems rather kind of dejected.
Patrick, of course we are. What's gone into you? I think you're hungry. Are you, Patrick? Do you need some food?
I'll be right back to help you out with provisions as he gives you a very awkward and quick thumbs up.
She will return the thumbs up and continue eating the provisions.
He goes to where the heck Al would be.
Al would have been avoiding Patrick. So, I mean, on the behemoth, that's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
To do if Patrick's actively seeking him. So
even on the Rhapsody is big, but it's not that big.
let's say Al's at a table in a back corner of the ship going over the prophecy notes.
Okay.
Hey Al.
Oh, hey Patrick.
I've come to say that I'm sorry.
Al will look up from the data pad. For what? I'm not really good at this, but I could feel that I was trying to help Mila or Nora or whatever she was at that one time to feel accepted, to feel happy. And then I completely neglected the exact same thing I was trying to do to her. I just brushed you off, and I
Patrick, you didn't brush me off. You assumed you knew what I was doing when you had no idea what I was saying. And then you made it quite clear that my opinion, whatever that may be, is neither needed nor wanted. But hey, message understood.
No, that was not the message. I thought my message would be, this is not the time. This is the time to.
The time for what, Patrick? What was I even saying? What was I doing?
I saw her upset. I saw you going into your trying to explain, and I jumped before I even knew what was going on.
Uh-huh. You know, Al just kind of pauses as he tries to find words.
Okay.
Al
If
would
you
just
need me to step in, let me know.
No. Al would just say, you know, Patrick, what bothers me is I think you were being truthful. I think that you think that I try to throw my opinion around and convince people. Because the way you said it was something like, the impression I got was, hey, you do it all the time, but don't do it now. I believe your exact words were, of all the times.
Wait, no, that's not right. What did you say? No.
If I remember correctly, of all the times for you to try and convince someone, this is not the time. Or share your point of view, or something of that matter. Am I misinterpreting what you said?
Probably what I said, but that's not. Trying to explain oneself is not a bad thing.
Apparently it was at that time.
Again, I jumped before I knew where ground was. If I said something specifically to offend you, that's why I'm here. I wanted to say that I'm sorry for what I've done. I'm still getting the bearings exactly what I did on that day, but
Al would sigh and pinch the bridge of his nose, and he'd say, I know, and I know you're not good at this. So, yes, you said something that offended me greatly, and so that you know, I grew up in what I've learned to be one of the most intolerant civilizations that exist, and do my best to be as understanding and accepting as possible. And whatever you or the others may think, I have no intention of trying to push my views on others, but I get it. I get it, and I'm not going to be angry forever, I promise. Just look, Patrick, I understand. You're not good at that, and you're trying to apologize, and I appreciate that. I do.
Patrick doesn't. He looks lugubrious.
I wish no one
Oh my
thought that
God.
word.
I'm sorry. The word has cemented itself in my mind.
I'm sorry. I'm forgetting the definition is happy or sad.
Sad.
Extremely.
Sad, okay.
It's melancholy for the most part.
Got it. Al would look at Patrick, shove aside his own personal feelings, and say, "Look, maybe you could help me with this, if you're not too busy."
I will inform you that Mila has also asked me to. I think we're going to eat snacks. She probably
Al
want more
would
company.
Al would actually laugh out loud and then say, "All right, I suppose these prophecies can unravel themselves another day."
You hear a small clank side wall as both of you turn to see Bear looking at the both of you. There are many small features on his usually stoic face, but this one is of concern. And he says, I am glad I managed to find you, both of you, outside of certain ears. I do not do this because I enjoy scheming or talking behind Nora's back, but Tom and Alicia are busy with piloting the ship, and August and Alicia are too close to Mila. While she is still drawing, I think I need to show you both something. Will you come with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Patrick will nod.
And Bear would lead you. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, as they walk out the room, Al would like throw an arm over Patrick's shoulders. And is Patrick wearing his hard hat or not?
I'm assuming that he wears it on most occasions. I'm just trying to figure out exactly which one he'd be wearing. He'd probably be doing his space helmet, most likely.
Okay. Then Al would kind of give him a light wrap on the space helmet, and he'd say, "We're brothers. Brothers fight. It's fine."
He's fidgeting with his hands at the moment and nodding with you, but he's still fidgeting.
Like in an uncomfortable way.
He when you were like put your arm around him, he does seem to tense up just a little bit. But yeah, during that he's just fidgeting. He is fidgeting like if somebody I put this. Yeah, just say nervously. Yeah, it's in a general nervous way, not like in a like is he going to do something, but it's one of those like just kind of a tick
situation.
Just saying.
Okay, Al would very quickly then take his arm off Patrick's shoulder, thinking he may have done something wrong.
Patrick will then he'll turn to you and go, "Thank you." Actually, you know what? He say thank you for that, and he will continue fidgeting with his hands.
All right, and Al will follow Bear.
So Bear will take you down a few hallways, specifically ones that go around the general meeting, kitchen, living room area. He takes you to where the personal quarters are. And he says, I was cleaning the room that the Baron was staying at, and a few of my possessions were in Mila's room. We are old friends, and we come and go from each other's quarters often enough. I noticed this at first and thought it was nothing, but when I went into her room today, and he'll open up the door, it opens with a soft shink sound, and you can see covering the roof, covering the walls from head to toe, to tip the ceiling to the floor, pictures. Some of them on older paper that looks like it's been crumpled, or pictures that have been drawn on paper, crumpled, and then put back up on the wall. Some look fresher. Some look like they're drawn with a steady hand, some with a frantic hand. Variety of colors. Pictures of doors. Doors of every shape and size, leading to who knows where. Bear looks to both Patrick and Al, and he says, there was only a few to begin with, but now I think this means something we should all be concerned about.
Al will start leafing through the pictures.
Well, it's not so much leafing through since they're all stuck to the
Oh,
walls.
right. Perusing then.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
He's basically just trying to figure out what's going on. So more just what are, like what can he tell from this that might.
Is there any particular, other than the description that I gave you, do you want to use any sort of skill to help try and diagnose something or come up with a pattern? Because unless
No,
okay,
he doesn't have anything that would really do that. I think. No,
Okay.
he would just look around for a while and then
Okay.
he'd say, "Do you have any idea what? I mean, why?"
Bear shakes his head slowly. I thought the tea that the old man gave her settled her down, made her more aware. I could talk to Nora more frequently. I am concerned that perhaps this is a side effect, or he pauses for a moment. Nora is getting sicker, or she's trying to tell us something. I do not know at all.
She has seen.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, ever since what?
Ever since I reunited with her, the past few years have been very emotional for me. I've had to make a lot of adjustments. And every new thing that crops up, all I do is worry about her safety. I worry about my dear friend. I'm glad I do not have to worry alone. More minds can come up with solutions quicker, yes?
Sometimes. She has seemed very. Nora, at least, seemed very. On edge, different since. Tolkien, since I stormed off. That day, we talked. We hardly ever. Has anything happened? Does anyone know of anything, any conversations that she may have had or events that may have happened that might have changed her or triggered this?
Bear slowly shakes his head.
When did you first start noticing this?
Bear pauses for a moment, lowering his head in small a reflection, and he says, months. Months. She started drawing pictures like these even when we were on the behemoth, after those strange Max Perry creatures. Even before she met her mentor. She never drew them as much of these, but I remember pictures of doors even then. I just thought it was nothing. Now I wish I was more vigilant in my recollection.
Well, there's only one person that can tell us what this means, and I don't. We all know that she's not going to want to talk about this, and trying to force her to is likely to do more harm than good.
Bear pauses. Bear says, I didn't say anything for months because I was concerned I would push back my friend. I would upset her. I would make things worse. He gestures to the room filled with these pictures. Has me doing nothing, has me saying nothing made things better or worse?
A fair point, I guess. It's so difficult to know what to do, and you know that better than any of us. Bear, I know you came to us for help, but I have to ask you, what do you think is best?
I can only think of two things. The first is obvious. The things inside her head must be removed. She must be Nora again. Whatever they are doing to her, whatever they offer her, are dangerous. I do not even know if it's possible, but we should at least try and figure that out. If that cannot be done, then it is clear I do not know exactly how or why, but I do not think it is a coincidence that after the tragedies that befell Penshaw, the village that Nora and I are from, this happened. If we face what happened in Penshaw, if we find out who or what killed all of our friends, maybe that will fix it in our head. Things will be less. That's the only other thing I can think of, other than surgery or some other sort of magical healing, perhaps.
As to that, we should certainly look. I can't. I've seen enough in this world to say that nothing's impossible, but everything I know tells me that removing those implants would kill her. That doesn't mean there's not a way. We just have to find one, but that could take time, years, if it's even out there.
We do not have years. This must be a priority.
Then maybe we should consider the second option.
I talked to her about this already when we were in Tolkien. She grew very quiet and pensive.
I can imagine.
I do not think it is fair that we surprise this on her. It might make things even worse. I think you are better at talking with her. All of you. You've journeyed with her ever since she's been like this. Maybe if all of us mention this to her, mention it to Nora, she will relent.
Patrick will, after staring at one particular door on the wall, will look back. From what she mentioned to me the other day, Nora is a little hard to get in contact with. The door she also mentioned, though I'm not entirely sure the meaning behind it. I have heard that
Wait, Nora's hard to get in touch with. We were just talking to her the day you and I had that argument.
apparently that was Mila pretending to be Nora.
What? But she's never done that before.
To our knowledge, sure. But,
Well, right.
but if you notice her general actions, what she preferred to do most cases.
It is true that when she answered the door, she wasn't behaving. I suppose it would make sense that that was Mila trying to do what she thinks Nora would. Oh, crap. I didn't even see it.
I wasn't even there, Bear says.
Okay, so we tell her that we want to. Oh man, we tell her that we want to go to Pinshaw and try and figure out what happened. That's going to. She's going to turtle up.
Yeah, well.
Not only
Remember.
that, when she was mentioning about remembering something, how Nora seems to be struggling with it whenever she has a whiff of it, and she is currently having a hard time resurfacing because of it. Mila seems to be having the same effect, as well as, I believe the last time Mila was directed towards certain things. Her third personality showed up, which, as he thumps on the wall, this is what she mentioned. At least she did mention a door.
What did she say? Do you remember?
She's behind the door.
That, to me, invokes thoughts of, like, the monster under the bed, the thing on the other side of the door.
Could be that. Could be one of many things.
And if we scare her too much, the door might open again.
Yeah, might be locked. One of my more interesting thoughts would be she's more of a guardian of the door. You said this was before she even met the man
Yes.
with the T.
Yes, the old one.
She would have already been out of the door. This might be a way of telling that her memories are trying to resurface.
Maybe your conversation with her about Penshaw, was it?
Yes.
Started bringing those memories forth. If that's the case, then I agree. I'm not quite sure how to proceed, but doing nothing
We'll do
isn't
nothing.
going to help.
Agreed. And since you yourself said a possible solution of removing those same things that are driving her mad is a long-term problem, the only short-term one I can think of is Penshaw. Although I must admit, and Bear gives a snarl, I wish I had throttled the doctor that put those into her head. But I cannot change that. I say, individually when we land, we speak with Tom and Blink and Alicia, and perhaps August too. Like I said, many minds can come up with solutions, and perhaps we can find a way to approach Penshaw, Tamila, without having her go into her shell, as you said, Patrick.
Agreed.
Patrick's rubbing his head.
Also, thinking about it. No, you first.
We shouldn't be acting on this. Each time we do something, it gets worse. Whatever it may be, I think the tea was the only thing that seemed to have calmed the problem, but not the underlining thing. We're bashing our heads going, this could work, and we probably are just making it worse, whatever it may be. I'm not even sure what our goal is at this point. We need someone else other than us, somebody more knowledgeable, somebody who might understand this.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking the same thing. The one person that I know that she ever listened to was the one that gave her the tea. If we could find him, Elok, maybe he can talk about Penshaw, or at the very least give us advice on how to talk to her without making it worse.
Bear gives a sigh and he says, but how can we find him? It's been over a year. I'm not that good of a tracker.
Patrick, your bird. Could it find him?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've met him, and I guess, yeah, that should work.
And you know his true name.
Well, Patrick doesn't actually know his true
Oh,
name.
shit. The party knows his true name.
Yeah.
Tom
Yeah.
doesn't.
Tom
Actually,
knows his true name.
I feel so bad that we're locking Tom out of this conversation. I tried
It's fine, dude. It's
nudge
cool.
it, but okay.
Yeah,
all right, well, let's continue.
And one of those players that doesn't mind sitting and just hanging out. It's all good.
Okay.
Also, fuck you,
Yes.
Criana. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that wasn't scary.
Hey, it's been brewing for a while.
It
Come
has.
on.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
um,
So yeah, you're asking about the bird.
yeah. So, and Al would say, I don't know much about your bird, but it can only deliver messages one way, right?
It will fly to the person, whatever the message may be. It is only one way, but it is a way of at least knowing the direction, and if we're quick enough, we could essentially follow it.
Not
me
only
double-
that, but he seemed as grumpy as he was. He seemed to actually care about what happened to Mila. If the message stresses enough that she desperately needs help, and we tell him to meet us back where we met him first, maybe.
Yeah, that's a way to maybe she would talk to a person that she has worked with and that seems to have a connection with her. But we're missing something. We're talking to her and having her go to Penshaw. Like, what? That would just have her confront even more. Is that what we want? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? As far as I can tell, that has only brought a side of her that wants to shoot herself.
I know what you're saying. And yes, we need more information. But I can't think of who we would even begin to talk to other than Eloch.
Or whoever made those implants. As Inferno has an entire source book in his head now.
Wait.
we were told who made
Out of
these,
character
if I
real quick,
recall
out of character real
correctly.
quick. Wait, I was gonna say out of character quick. We know the doctor who put them in there, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah.
who made
Who
Right. No, that's
created
okay.
these
That was
implants?
gonna be my next question. I was gonna be like, well, but we know the doctor who put them in there.
No, he did the surgery, Bear said. If
You
I
mean
have learned
he-
one thing from watching Patrick work, is that all devices have a maker.
You mean find who actually invented mind over matter implants?
Not Bear gives a small shrug and a nod. They would know how they work the most.
Who?
But I do agree that Eloch is another good avenue, a safer avenue than just blundering into Penshaw.
But Patrick's right. Eloch, we've talked to him. It didn't work. It delayed the inevitable. Patrick, do you have any idea who invented or makes or creates mind over matter implants?
Patrick searches his own mind.
As God touches it and says,
Oh,
You know that it's not a new technology. It was something even used in the golden age of man, although you've read that it was experimental and military. It wasn't completely finished.
Question, GM sir. Since it takes a cyberdoc to implant them, does my cyberdoc skill lend any information?
It would if you learned how to be a cyberdoc on Earth. You learned how
but
to
I
be a
learned in
cyberdoc in
space.
space.
Ah,
Although they had mind over matter implants in space as well, the stations themselves manufactured them.
got it.
On Earth, you wouldn't know.
Right. Okay.
But
Patrick,
Patrick does know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Patrick would say, well, let's just say the blueprint for it is more of a art than a science at this point. It's more of a concept than something you can really point at. There's a general outline, but the specific like how it's made and who made it is really up to the person. It's
Although, as God continues to whisper in Patrick's ear, you do know that not anyone can just make these things. It requires extremely advanced technology, and the blueprints, as you yourself put it, aren't commonly shared. It is rumored that a small group of individuals, or perhaps an unknown facility, may be still operational since the golden age of man, protects such information. But you've only heard just rumors. Rumors of a place called Mindworks. But that's it.
Patrick
Like,
will.
because that's the name of that was the name of the company in the golden age, right?
Mhm.
And so that's what you know.
Patrick then go on and go. The this there was a group way back. They're probably all dead. Way back in the golden age, that actually made these implants. The mine works. They made it all, and somebody grabbed them. I mean, the ones in her head seemed like they were made with current materials instead of something that was. It looked new, is what I'm saying.
Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
Question this one. The implants that are made on the stations, do they seem to be made of a material that would have rusted or tarnished over the centuries? Or even if they were made back in the Golden Age, they would still shine like they do on Nora?
If they're made back in the golden age, they'd
Yeah.
still be fine. Golden age technology is lasting technology.
But I mean, they wouldn't tarnish or anything? Like they wouldn't look
not
old?
medical grade. Yeah, not medically grade
So I misspoke, I suppose.
implants. Yeah, no, that's okay. No, that's all right. That's all right. Here's the thing: the exterior probably wouldn't, but the interiors probably would over a long period of time.
Okay.
It would require new ones would have to be made at some place.
Mm-hmm.
But where they're being made or who makes them would require some research, some investigation.
So this Mindworks, or whoever pilfered them, we need information. We need a library or someone who's attached to them or something. We need. I mean, Patrick, I think we need a library or some form of information.
A library, you say?
I wonder.
I haven't panned through all the library books, but the last time I was at a library, I had a hard enough time finding the basics of a spaceship, let alone trying to find a secret group of individuals or even how this thing works. A library might not work, at least not a normal one. We could if we panned through it, like it could be there.
Do you have another way of finding information like that? I mean, it's a big world, Patrick. Where would we even start?
Well, if I would have to find who and where or how any of these things were made, I would start from where it's sold and then try to trace it back to its source.
Of course, you're a genius. Of course. We find the cyberdoc who put them in there and trace it back as far as we can. Bear, we may be able to find out more about these implants faster than I thought. And even if we don't find what we're looking for there, maybe we can find a way to figure out what our next step should be. We don't even know if going to Pinshaw and forcing her to confront what I have to assume was a horrible time is going to help. But
I agree. I still think we should confer with everyone else,
agreed.
besides Nora, of course, as to our next steps.
Well, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So, would it be fair to say that Bear would even volunteer to, like, distract Mila/Nora? Where when after the ship lands, Tom and Alicia and Blink can confer with Tom and Al. Patrick and Al. They can kind of give them the lowdown about the doors and what they've been talking about. And maybe if you like, unless you guys want to do some more little small RP, we can wrap up this session with some general ideas of what you guys want to do next. You know what I mean? Like, you can still go to Lucree if you want and get things fixed up. That's not a problem.
Mhm.
But if you want to, change your route instead of going straight, or go, like, I'm going to stop suggesting things and suggest that we
let
wrap
us
up the
figure it out.
session with you guys just,
Yeah.
talking amongst yourselves. And I'll be here as a resource for you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Go ahead.
Do we want to still be streaming, or do we want to talk out of session?
You can still be streaming. I don't think there's any big problem with that.
Yeah, I don't mind one way or the other.
I think you brought it up because it's actually getting near to that time,
Mm-hmm.
and we might want to keep it a secret from the people that are watching.
Okay. All right. Then we'll wrap it up here, and then we'll have.
Many secrets.
Oh, bye, everyone.
Okay, bye. Thanks for hanging
Okay.
out, Keb.